Dead myths don't get argued over. They sit quietly in books and museums, they're studied by scholars, but rarely fought about. Living myths? Well, they spark debates so fierce that they can split communities in half. And that's why the Star Wars fandom sometimes feels so turbulent. It's not broken, it's alive. I'll never forget the first time that I realized that Star Wars could divide people. It was 1997, after the release of the special editions. I was in the lobby of a New Jersey movie theater and I overheard two fans arguing. One was thrilled about the new Mos Eisley shots. There were more creatures, there was more life. The other was so angry about the Han and Greedo scene. Han shot first, he was insisting changing that ruins who Han is. And that argument wasn't one about a line of dialogue or a special effects shot. It was about identity. It was about ownership. It was about who gets to define this story. And it's hardly the only example. When George Lucas introduced midichlorians in The Phantom Menace, some fans felt betrayed. Suddenly, the mystical force wasn't just spiritual, it was measurable, it was biological. And this choice redefined the mythic mystery at Star Wars' core. Decades later, when The Last Jedi gave us Luke Skywalker as a man who failed, debates exploded. Some loved seeing a mythic hero wrestle with human flaws, and others saw it as pure sacrilege. But here's the point. Disagreement isn't failure, it's tradition. The Greeks fought over Homer. Was Achilles a noble hero, or was this a cautionary tale? The Arthurian legends contradict themselves constantly. In one version, Lancelot is the purest knight. In another, his betrayal dooms all of Camelot. Myth isn't static. It lives through the friction of retellings. And social media just compresses centuries of debate into one weekend. Arguments that once played out across generations of scribes and storytellers, well, now they unfold in real time on YouTube and on Twitter. It's louder, it's harsher, and sometimes it's crueler, but the impulse is still the same. People fight for stories because they see themselves in them. And that's what makes the fights important. Nobody argues this passionately about the old Flash Gordon serials. They argue about Star Wars because it matters, because it's theirs. Is it exhausting? Without question. The tribal wars, the gatekeeping, the harassment, they are toxic. But the existence of conflict itself isn't proof that the myth is broken. It's proof that it's alive. Myths only die when people stop caring. Star Wars fans clearly haven't stopped caring. And that's why I wrote Who Owns the Myth? Because the debates, the edits, the reimaginings, these aren't distractions. They are the heartbeat of a living myth. Star Wars doesn't belong to one person or one company or one version anymore. It belongs to everyone who cares enough to argue about it and fight for it. If you want to be part of that journey, join me and the Myth Crew, and you'll get early looks at my book, you'll get regular updates, and even a signed book plate when it launches. And if you're already sold, well, you can pre-order Who Owns the Myth in ebook today, and make sure you've got it in your hands on 11/11/25. Because if you're a Star Wars fan, this isn't just history, it's your story.